West Hill Stadium in Langford, Sevens, Australia versus Brazil. Met this time last year when Australia won 43 points to 0. So Tim Walsh, the Australian coach, he repeats his full squad here. He starts with his captain Shannon Perry on the bench. Keep an eye out for Sheni Sisolka. For Brazil, Julia Sarda is an outstanding ball-carrying forward for Brazil. So Brazil in their traditional yellow and blue enter the field. And on the right of your picture, wearing an unfamiliar blue, is Australia. I'm Scott Hastings, alongside me Sue Day. The referee this time is Alhambra Nivas from Spain. Australia opened their account this morning with a hard-fought win by 12 points to 7 over France. Brazil lost to Russia by 10 points to 31, but it was a more promising second half for Brazil, who scored 2 tries from Mariana Nicolau da Silva and Amanda Araujo, which might have given them confidence as they enter this tie. Here's Alhambra Nivas.
All right, you guys doing the part?
So Brazil's Raquel Cohan takes the kick-off for Brazil. Well taken there by Australia, and Australia will attack from deep. Coming to Toy with the twin ponytails. Toy made her debut in Atlanta last week. Nice footwork there from another one of these youngsters, Sheni Sisolka. Sisolka with that left-handed pass. Dancing feet now from Australia deep. But look at the tackles coming in from Brazil. A little bit of room there on that far outside. Oh, it's lovely pace from Australia. They're just going to outgun the Brazilian defence, and Australia, well, this will be a try, almost a length of the field effort there for Tiana Penatini. Penatini just dots the ball down. It's her 16th try on the Sevens World Series, and they made it look so simple.
Yeah, in the end, Australia just kept possession. Brazil got sucked in defence and left just that little bit too much space on the outside for Penatini. She has a lot of pace, so give her a bit of space, and she was always going to make it.
Chloe Dalton adds the additional 2 points.
Tim Walsh showing real faith in his whole squad here. It's an inexperienced 12 he's brought, but this is probably the least experienced 7 that he could put on the pitch, with Parry, Turner, Cherry all on the bench. A great opportunity for these youngsters for Australia.
Yeah, and when you consider as well that Leah Green, their flying machine, will be watching us. Hope you're getting on well, Leah. You'll be enjoying all the action here from Langford.
Yeah, pretty ominous for the rest of the teams in the tournament. The players that aren't here for Australia, they just add up. Leah Green, Tagato, no Kaslik, no Quirk, no Shani Williams, of course.
The ball's good there for Brazil. They come away from Santini. At times just tends to hold on to the ball an awful lot. Attacks round the line, and the back up there from Julia Sarda. Here's Santini probing, looking, under a lot of pressure there from the Nicole Beck. Beck, who skippers this Australian side, as Shannon Parry is on the bench. Cohan under pressure from Georgina Fredericks, one of these youngsters for this Australian team. So just a quick tap and go, ball in 2 hands. It's always noticeable. Brooke Walker has to go back, recover ball. Walker well tackled there among Julia Sarda. Brazil making the tackles, turnover ball. Turnover was superb there by Raquel Coquin. Here she is at scrum half again. Tufo with the pass, there's Sada with a little switch there to Claudia Telles. She's got a bit of gas, Claudia Telles. Coquin, quick tap and go. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
Here, please.
All of 1 metre.
Yeah, a few inches away from the mark. It's got to be from where the referee wants you to take it from. Gives Australia the chance to reorganise the defence. Good turnover in the break time, wasn't it, from Coquin?
Now Coquin, she decides to just pop one down the tram lines there. Last played in Sao Paulo, of course, when Brazil hosted the tournament. Australia, of course, winners of that tournament, winners of all 3 tournaments so far. Are they a threat this weekend as well, Sudie, with what you've seen of this new look team?
Australia are always a threat. They've got such strength in depth. It'll be a challenge this weekend, of course.
Well, here's the flying machine, Claudia Telles. Telles goes on the outside, super covering tackle, though, by Sisolka, Sheni Sisolka. The 18-year-old who's played in the Commonwealth Youth Games, and Brazil then. Santini will pick the bouncing ball up on that far side. She's got Sad on the outside. Santini backs herself. This 5-foot tall player packs a mighty punch. Marina Ramalho gets the ball back. The soccer skills of Coquin, but there's an offside in midfield.
Yeah, the accuracy from Brazil letting them down at the moment, isn't it? They've had opportunities, but the ball not going to hand. This time, as you say, she has to get out her footballing skills, which she does really well. That's a great tackle from Sisolka. Brilliant.
What a tackle, wasn't it? A Youth Olympics gold medalist. She's 18 years of age, now playing on the circuit. Santini, though, on the attack for Brazil. Again, held on to the ball, but dragged out. Oh, there's a try here for Brazil, and unselfishly, the ball gets put to Claudia Telles. Luzat Campos with that delivered pass.
You're not 100% sure that last pass was needed. A dive would probably have done it, but they got over the try line one way or another. First of all, Santini takes it in. Probably there was space that wide, but hey, they recycled it, moved it out, and that last pass from Campos out to Telles. Thank goodness that one went to hand.
So a tremendous kick there from Raquel Coquin. Gets Brazil on the scoreboard and gets them within touching distance. In fact, sorry, of course it's tied the scores at 7 apiece. Get the calculator batteries out, Scotland.
Where's your abacus?
Really interesting, Sue, because Brazil actually came back in the second half against Russia, and when they piece it together, Chris Neal is excited about this team, and quite rightly so.
Yeah, they can play some good rugby. Often it's the accuracy that lets them down. When they get that right, they're a real threat.
There's Dutoy with that overhead pass once again, and here's the space for this Australian team. Oh, there's 2 players on one, but oh, get out my way. Penitani just shrugs off the attempted tackle, and Penitani in for the second try.
Lovely running from Penitani, and you certainly can't take anything away from that finish. The footwork and the pace takes it to 17 tries, but again, Brazil allowed themselves to get sucked in. Gave Penitani the space that she needed. Far more space than she needs, to be fair. But Brazil just getting sucked in, getting far too tight, leaving loads of space on the outside. And if you leave that for players like Penitani, they are going to make the most of it.
Yeah, and with the try scored under the post, the conversion makes it easy. So from a blink of an eye, it was 7-all. But Penitani's second try puts the Australians into the lead by 14 points to 7 at half-time.
messed up defensively. Can we stop tackling around here? Okay, they're slow to the breakdown. If you go low, wrap and squeeze, rough decision, it's going to be a turnover. You go high, they're going to keep their legs moving, get over the line, regularly moving backwards. They're going to be defending all day. We have to be good enough to force a turnover. The only way you do that is chopping them. Okay, you chop, wrap and squeeze, and you make the call on what they're going to do. Okay, others be defending all day. Okay, in the attack. They're tackling low, so free the ball, but what you have to do is when you free the ball to a zero or you exit, that guy has to attack the line. What you're doing is to pass it too early into Edna. Attack hard because they're going backwards. So when you've got the numbers, attack hard, either cruiser or short ball.
Quando elas não têm números, vamos atacar forte ou cruza ou bola curta.
Now, look, you're not puffing. Get in the game, wrap the ball up in defence, stop the offloads, be more patient, more organised. Stay out of the rucks. Yeah. Then press again, push them to one side. Watch for the Volta, don't get too close. Yeah, let's go, same team.
Julia Sarda translating there for Chris Neal, the New Zealand-born coach. And interesting enough, I was speaking to Chris all this week, and he says, we're targeting the Australian match. And I kind of looked at him and went, really? But you know what? At 7-7, it was looking good for them, but 2 breakout tries. And Sue Day, we were just talking there about just the defensive alignment for the Brazilians.
Yeah, and Chris Neal picked it up there right at the end. He said you're getting too tight. They're not playing with their heads up in defence and spreading out across the pitch.
So the second half underway here in the Pool A match between Australia and Brazil here in the city of Langford at the Canadian Sevens. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are watching. Why don't you tweet us at World Rugby Sevens or hashtag Canada Sevens. Tell us what you think of the action, and we might even give you a wee mention on air.
4 goal. 4 goal.
Well, there's going to be a substitution here, rather bizarre. Why not make that substitution at half-time? Edna Santini not chuffed about this, but however, on to the field comes Mariana Nicola da Silva, who scored a brilliant try against Russia. So, of course, Chris Neal wants to see her into the action. Australia, though, they'll have the ball and the attack through Nicole Beck. Beck on the wraparound move, and on the far outside we've got Mahalia Murphy. Murphy tackled there, and look how Australia just move this ball. Sheni Sisolka, this 18-year-old, showing lots of confidence as she attacks that Brazilian line. And Brazil once again getting stretched on the defensive chores. Just a show and go from Mahalia Murphy, and Murphy just showed her class as that Brazilian defence was split asunder.
Yeah, Australia simply moving the ball from side to side. Mahalia Murphy this time makes the break, but it's the accuracy of the passing that means they can move Brazil from side to side. We know Brazil get quite narrow in defence, so what does that do? It creates space in the outside channels. That time, Mahalia Murphy took advantage of it.
The try for Australia scored in 12 by Murphy.
Well, we often talk about the tries in rugby sevens, but have a wee look at this conversion. Look at the head down, it remains down, it doesn't even get looked up. Look at that, superb accuracy. Chloe Dalton showing her class with the kicking duties as well. This is her 9th tournament for Australia. Sarda goes up to try and gather ball. Comes loose. Murphy, the try scorer, gathers for Australia. Then the attack then from Chloe Dalton. Good hands again. Ball in both hands here. Walker showing a little bit of skill on that outside channel, but the ball was knocked on. So Brazil, they've got a chance. Coquin well tackled there. And Nicole Beck, Australia's captain, Shani Williams is rested for this game, but the mistake came in there, and knock on from Claudia Telles.
Just more inaccuracies from Brazil, the pass not going to hand. Makes it very, very difficult to claim the pass. Tim Walsh should be really pleased with this performance from his young team. I think it's meant that he hasn't had to throw on Emily Cherry, he hasn't had to throw on Shannon Parry, all very well rested for the later stages of the tournament.
Fine. Set.
It's the ball in the back of the scrum now. They attack Dutoy. Dutoy just gets the switch, but the knock on there by Murphy.
Murphy could see the gap opening up in front of her, couldn't she? But just couldn't quite claim the pass. Dutoy pulls two defenders across with her. That's what creates the gap. But Murphy just couldn't quite hold on to the pass.
The knock on there by Murphy.
Murphy could see the gap opening up in front of her, couldn't she? But just couldn't quite claim the pass. Dutoy pulls two defenders across with her. That's what creates the gap. But Murphy just couldn't quite hold on to the pass. Saying really simple but clever sevens. That's where the space is. So that's where you get the ball.
And Nicole Beck pops over the conversion. Try scorer, there she is, Dominique Dutoy. Remember her name, from Queensland. Youth Olympic gold medalist from Nanjing. Debuted in Atlanta last week, and Sean gets her rest. Tim Walsh decides enough's enough for the youngster. 20 points to 7, Australia in the lead. So show on the ball, the switch is good. De Silva, then the ball to Sada. Sada, 10-yard line. Again, the defence is good from Sheni Sissoko. Better here from Brazil. De Silva, Nicola De Silva. Ball went back, play on, says the referee. Cocan has to take the ball to debt. They're looking for the recycle possession, Brazil. Numbers over here. Thais Baconi back down that blind side. Then the ball into Amanda Araujo. Sada with a vicious handoff, wasn't it? On Sheni Sissoko. Welcome to international rugby, Sheni. But she's back up on her feet and ready for the next tackle. Young Aussie girl did well there, didn't she?
You must roll 10.
He certainly can't fault how hard they're working in defence. These young Australian players didn't give Brazil any time and space on the ball.
So Mariana Nicola De Silva will come across to tap the ball, and well, this is going to be the last action in this match. Switch on Cocan. Final whistle goes there from Alhambra Nivas.